Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. Hey, Gary. Thanks for stopping in. Russell. Man, Russell, I hope it's cooling down up there. It was 102 today here. Well, it's probably 102 where you're at today, too. So thanks for stopping in, buddy. RW8 fishing. Lately been the snakehead slayer. Got a lot of awesome things to talk about tonight. Waiting for a lot of people to get in here. Brian Green, how you doing, buddy? Hope all is well. Big Bait Posse, how you doing, buddy? Just loaded up some fish from you this afternoon into the spreadsheet. How you doing? Travel the Garden with DJ. Thanks for stopping again. Stopping in for the second week in a row. Give it a few minutes, let everybody get in here. Again, lots to talk about. And the other bass hunter who throwing in some smallies that got a few from him, or one from him anyway. Got some nice smallies. You always impress me with those smallmouth. You guys are just you crush them. Mike, it never goes to every time. I don't know if the smallmouth are going to be competitive. No, Mike Pendleton comes through. It blows me away. You got to have the best smallmouth fishing in the country down there where you live at. You got such great rivers, great water, lots of big fish in there. Give it just a couple more minutes. So last week we were talking about, who else just came in here? It's been tough for the fast. I hear you. Yeah, that heat setting in. It'll turn over though. There's this period of time. It's happening right here in Virginia now, where we had this thermocline for about 2 weeks in the reservoirs now. I know you're in rivers. You don't have a thermocline, but there's that heat does make a difference in the rivers as well. You guys know better than I do, but here in Virginia in the reservoirs, we get a thermocline that hangs about 10 to 12 feet right when the water's heating up into the low 80s, and the bass will just stick right at that thermocline. And then when it gets to about 85, I mean, it just drops down to like 25 feet, and the bass just they get down deep. And once they get down deep on structure around cuts and points and trees and things like that, they're easier to catch. They're hard to catch when they're suspended at 10 foot. It's hard to get them. So I know there's cycles like that in the river when the river heats up as well, and moving water anyway. So I'm waiting for Nicole Abrams to come in. Man, she did something awesome. I got to share it with everybody, but I want to wait for her to jump in here. Something we were talking about last week, if you were on, I was talking about buying a new boat. And I was like, do I want to spend $80,000, $60,000, $70,000 on a new bass boat? I was scratching my head, and I finally came to a good conclusion. And, bass boats are expensive. And most of you know that follow me, I've got 11 electric-only reservoirs within 30 to 40 minutes of my house. The first gas place I can fish is the Potomac River, which is 20-mile drive, and then Lake Anna. And then after that, it's 3 hours to a gas motor lake. Kind of goes against my style of fishing. Like I'll pop in for 3 or 4 hours in the morning over here at one of these lakes, come home, work, or come home, change and go to work, whatever I need to do. Or in the afternoon, it's kind of hard to do that when I got to drive 3 hours to get on a lake, or an hour. So I decided to get a custom built all electric boat. Hey, Nicole, we're just talking about you. We're going to talk about you more in just a second. So I found a builder here in Virginia, Trick Tins, man. He builds some nice boats. And I got with him, and he said, I told him what I wanted. He goes, just order it, but don't order this boat, order this boat. So, hey, Nick, good to see you. I know it's hard for you. Sometimes you don't make it in. Appreciate you coming in, Nick. So I ordered a new boat, and I'm going to have it fully decked out and customized. It's going to have a much larger all-electric motor in the back that I've been working with Elco. Elco makes electric motors. For you that aren't in the electric business, they make up to a 50 horsepower electric. So I'm working with them to figure out what the best motor battery combination is. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to spend $60,000-$80,000 on a boat, on an all electric boat. But I'm going to go ahead and put some coin in it. I am. And the big challenge for me is I'm trying to think about a good name for the boat. And I might throw that out there to you guys on a live. And I don't know. I want to come with a really good name for the boat, but more to follow on that. Anyways, I want to talk about Nicole Abrams. So I got this Facebook post the other day, and it showed a picture of all these people with trophies and stuff. And one of those people with trophy and stuff was Nicole. She is going to represent. She won at ICAST. Her and her partner won her tournament that we talked about a lot at ICAST. And it looks like, it sounds like, I know it is, she's going to be on the USA Bass team and head into the Pan American Black Bass Championship. So Nicole, congratulations, man. That is just freaking awesome. I honestly, I brag about you and how you catch fish all the time. When people give me hell about you don't have that many women that are in your tournaments, like Nicole Abrams crushes it. It's just awesome to see you out there, and congratulations in winning that and getting to be on the team. And I can't wait to see how it goes when you get down to Mexico next year in that championship. And you're being Scott Martin. I mean, that's awesome. I'm sure. And Nicole shared with me, and I'm just going to share a little bit. Nicole, like, she's been talking to pros all day at ICAST. It's been somewhat exhausting, but that's just awesome. Really, when you get that kind of opportunity, you got to seize the moment, right? So it's just really cool to see that you did so great. So, so a lot of you in here wanted to find out where we're at on the tournament. So, I'll do this about 3 or 4 times because people come in and out of the live, right? So let me share what I have now for the first time on the spreadsheet. And let me get it ready here. It's ready. It's just I've got to be ready. And I know a lot of people are holding off. A lot of people have called and said, or texted me or messaged me. It's like, yeah, I'm going to wait until this weekend. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to share with what we have now. Here we go. Russell Gardner has bumped into the lead, and it's not really a lead. You guys know this. This is just the first round. Russell Gardner's at 57.75, and Nicole's dropped down to 57.5, and then Kenneth Newstead in New York is at 57.25. Well, he sent me a thing the other day. They got a new state record largemouth bass in New York. So, but that's where we're at. Some folks got to fill in the blanks here. And I know a lot of you have got fish and are waiting to turn them in, but that's where we stand as of today. So it's, we're doing good. People are starting to come in. Fish are starting to come in. You got till Sunday night at midnight. Somebody texted me or emailed me yesterday. A bass hunter said, look, when do I got to turn them in? You got to Sunday night at midnight, the 21st. Now, listen, folks, Sunday noontime, Sunday at noon, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there, you will get your new code for the second round. For you that have not fished this tournament, I will send you a new letter. You keep the number. So if you're K001 or K00 or whatever, K77, I'm going to send you a new letter to go with your 77. I'm not going to tell you what that is. Just to help, make sure we don't have any crossover from the first round to second round. In the second round, you will use that letter with your number. And if your number is in the middle, or if your letter is in the middle, you just change out that letter. So if it's A and if you're 4K1, you'll be 4A1 in the second round. So I'll send that out Sunday, noonish time frame. That will be what you use, and I'll give the instructions, guys. So if you're just fishing this for the first time, it should be pretty simple to understand. So. Gary said, since I've been on vacation Gary, you caught 3 fish when you were here last week. Maybe you didn't, but you did. But you'll catch some this weekend. I know you'll catch some, but you're going to, if I'm not mistaken, you're going to Seminole. Yeah, you're at Seminole this week for your tournament. So Nicole said she had an almost 6-pounder kicker at ICAST and was so pumped, forgot to measure it when we weighed in. Nicole, you're locked in, girl. You're locked in for the tournament. Congratulations again on winning at ICAST, but you're locked in on this tournament. You already turned in 3 bass. Yeah, Gary says he's at Seminole this week, and you got a good chance of catching some bigs at Seminole. So, Nicole, by the way, how many fish did you turn in to win? What was your winning weight, or how did they do it? I'm not familiar, but I'm just excited that you won. So, hey, Lindia, Captain Lindia, thanks for coming in. And Lindia, you weren't in here when I was talking about this, and if you didn't hear, I'll just repeat it. Nicole Abrams won at ICAST and is representing the USA at the Pan Am. Let me make sure I get it right. She's on the USA Bass team headed to the Pan American Black Bass Championship next year. So she won, and it's awesome. So I was mentioning, someone gave me a little bit of poke the other day, like, you don't have a lot of women that are fishing. I was like, I got Nicole Abrams who kicks it, and then Captain Lindia kicks it also. Actually, you've won more tournaments than anybody, if I'm not mistaken, or at least close to. So, but anyways, Nicole, if you'll throw that out, what was your weight? How many fish y'all have? And I'm curious. If you don't mind sharing, if it's too much, don't worry about it. But back to the boat discussion. The boat won't be in till sometime August, September, or somewhere in there. I had to get it ordered from the factory. 18-foot, 89-inch beam at the back. 89-inch. And I just, like I said, I ordered just a hull. And what I'm going to do is allow the Trick 10s. If you go on YouTube, he's got a YouTube. He's built a lot of boats. I'm going to kind of actually, I've got some plans here. Gary was here last week, and he kind of helped me draw some plans out. And I'm just going to have it completely customized. You shouldn't be able to tell when you're watching me on YouTube if I'm in a bass boat or in a, tricked out, customized, all electric. Hey, John Buckley, thanks for stopping in. Nicole said was a 3-fish limit, and we fished from 6:30 to 10:30. That's not long. And 10:08 won the women's side. And got 8th in the whole tournament. That's really good, Nicole. That is awesome. Awesome. I mean, you think about it, 4 hours, and you didn't pre-fish, I'm going to guess. Did you pre-fish at all, or was it just get out there and fish? So, if you don't know a body of water and you just go out there and fish and catch 10 pounds in 4 hours, that's just remarkable. A couple of other things I want to throw out to you guys. I've had some folks turn in more fish. Oh, you did pre-fish. You said you caught the kicker 10 minutes to go, and yes, they pre-fished. Okay, well, still, you did great. Couple things came in. Some folks have been trying to enter the tournament, and now I got emails flowing in. You hear? So several people email me and said, "Can I enter the tournament?" I think we're a little too late for new people coming in the tournament. Actually, I know we are at this point, but some over the weekend. I was good for like the first day or two. So people are asking you if you got friends, sign up for the smallmouth tournament coming up right after this tournament, which you'll see something going out this weekend about the smallmouth tournament or the team tournament after that. We got two more tournaments this year. So if anyone's interested, I mean, I hate to say no to anybody because it's for fun and it's free, but at some point I got to have a cutoff. But if you have friends that want to join in, especially the smallmouth, man, that smallmouth last year was very competitive. That's coming up, and quite a few are already signed up. So, but if you got friends that are interested in this tournament, just a little too late at this point to join them in. So, I'll go ahead. I got a few more people popped in here. Let me throw up the spreadsheet. And again, you got till midnight on Sunday to turn in your fish. And if you don't turn in 3 fish, you don't go to the second round. If you didn't read the whole instruction list that I sent to you, just a reminder. So real quick, let's throw this out. This is where we stand as of right now. This is all these are competitive, right? Well, all these right here are real competitive. Got to fill in these blanks here, of course. And I know some of you are. And by the way, if I miss somebody, please don't hesitate to send me an email, text, whatever. If you got my number, I will make sure to get your stuff in there. But again, plenty of time to get all your fish in. I know pretty much that there's about 10 or 12 of you told me you're going to see if you can sweeten the pot a little bit before you turn them in. So, because this is no call. Can't call on the first round. You can call on the second round. Brian's like, we all holding out. And you did last year too, Brian. And that's fine. That's fine. That's the name of the game. So you come in here on Wednesday night before the end, you're like, I've got 56. I want to get closer. Or I got 55. I want to get 56. I get it. But just don't forget. And I had 2 anglers last year. 2 anglers send me the fish 2 days after. 1 or 2 days after. I was like, can't take them, man. We can't have it, right? Yeah, glad to see you on the board. And by the way, congratulations to you as well. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Brad Hancock won on the Potomac River last week. Am I right there, Brad? There's lots of here on the Potomac. We have lots of tournaments, and Brad fishes them. He fishes Anna and the Potomac. But if I remember correctly, I've seen that you'd won the one of the tournaments there on the Potomac this week. Brian says won by 0.25 inch last year. It does make a difference. You're right. It does. Hey, a win is a win. A win is a win, Brad. What's interesting though, I'm trying to catch a smaller fish. I had my 3 though. Lindy, I told you guys last week, I am not going to feel sorry for you for catching too big a fish. But I understand your strategy. But if you don't go to Donkey Land and go to another lake, you might catch a smaller fish. Yeah, Brian's saying the same thing. I got mine, Lindy. I need a smaller one too. And it really is. I mean, this is, again, this tournament, why it's so competitive is you've got to be able to get those fish in the second round. And John, who's not on here, John Hendrick, I mean, I thought if I'd have stopped it last year at the first period, or if I'd have guessed at the first period who was going to win, I'd say John, because I think John last year had, I think he had 20, 21, and 22, something like that. He had all threes in the 20s or close to the 20s. I was like, whoa, if he does that, he's going to win it. But it's hard to pull out. I think he needed a 23 and a 24. Linda, you may know better than me, but I can't recall off the top of my head. But man, that's so hard. You're so limited in that area. I mean, great if you do it. Great if you do it. But the law of probability is not your favor if you're going for giants for your last two, for sure. The other one, yeah, Lydia's correct. She's like, yep, he painted himself into a corner, as you would say. So I hear you, Brad. I hear you. Some days I actually, I think it was, last time I went out, and I haven't been out in a few days because as you know, Brad, it's been smoking in here. Today, another day of 102. But the last time I went out, I think the last time I went out was me and Gary. Gary was traveling back to Florida. And Gary, what we catch? Just like 3 or 4, 12, 14 inches or something like that. It was tough. And then I went out the Friday prior to that, my first cast, I caught a 6-pounder. So I get you. It's catching the little ones sometimes is not the problem. It's the big ones that we got to have. Yep, Brian, 23.5 won it last year. Gary, yep, tough day. Gary blames it on himself. And it's not true. Gary thinks because he comes here, we don't catch a lot of fish. He says it's him. It's not. I always tell him that. I mean, we all get things in our mind when we're fishing. You know, a lot of times it's like it's the bait, it's the bait, it's the bait. And sometimes it's you, right? And most of the time is either A, they're not biting, and now with live scope technology. Brian says it's Gary's fault. No, Brian, it's not. Hey, good luck, Nicole. Thanks for stopping in, and congratulations again. Hey, if you're in Okeechobee, go by and see Lindy and John. They're right there. It's either you're not fishing in the right spot or they're not biting. But when you have live scope, and I fish with live scope, a lot of people don't. I mean, it's not worth it like where John and Lindy fish at. You can't see anything but grass. When you bring 15 different baits by fish at different speeds and they don't bite it, they're just not biting, right? You got a bad spot, or you got to go find a group of fish that will bite. And when it's 102 degrees outside and you're not catching fish, that makes for a long, miserable day. It does. Russell, good point, buddy. Fish are simple creatures, but we have to do all the thinking to catch them. And hey, sometimes we just overthink it, right? Sometimes we just overthink it, and it can make it miserable. And sometimes we just run into them, right? We go out there and go, I don't know what's going to work today, and I pick up the first rod and slam it, right? It just depends. Nick, I hear you on Mooney. As a matter of fact, what's interesting, you say that, I'm on the Mooney Facebook page. Not a lot of fish being posted on Lake Mooney right now. I will say the video that I posted last week, as you probably know, I caught all those fish on Mooney, 6-pounder or so, and it was hot, and I was fishing really deep to get those. I wasted a lot of my trying to get active target fish to bite that never do. I hear you, Brad. I hear you. Hey, John Reek, how are you, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. John Reap, if you don't know John Reap, one of the funniest comedians out there, you got to follow him. I've known John for quite a while, and follow his He's got a couple of podcasts, but my favorite one is Carolina Reaper. You got to get out there, and if you're not following John on Carolina Reaper, you got to get out there and follow him. And John, I did see that you were live tonight, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm live on my channel tonight. So thanks for stopping in, buddy. And Gary, you're spot on, my friend. We've all chased the junk fish, for sure. Hey, Linda, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing your catches in the tournament next week. So really appreciate you stopping in. And hey, tell John I'm where's he at tonight? Is he out fishing, John Hedrick? No. All right, folks. One more time with the spreadsheet. I gotta say, hey, John Reap, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for stopping in here. If you're not following John Reap, just a great comedian. My favorite. So, oh, you guys just got home from the lake. I appreciate it. So one more time, folks, we'll get out the spreadsheet here for the tournament, and then we're going to cut it. Let me share this screen real quick. For those that just came in, there's where we stand. 57.75. Russell Gardner Cole is in second, and Kenneth in New York. Probably should put New York in there. Is sitting in third. So, again, you guys got till the 21st of July to get all your fish turned in. And, if something happens, you're going to be late. If you let me know, if you send me an email, that's fine. But you'll get your new code for the second half of this tournament Sunday, sometime around noon. So look for your new letter for your code, because you'll need that new letter in the second half of the tournament. Hey, James from Cranking and Yanking, thanks for stopping in. I'm looking forward to seeing some fish from you, buddy. And everybody will be back here live 8:30 next Wednesday night. Appreciate you all, and we will talk to you soon.